Hello everyone, this video is going to show you how to find the treasure from treasure maps the fastest way that I could think of. Now some of the things that you're going to need is probably a way to heal in case you meet up with zombies, something to defend yourself against those zombies, and you're probably going to want to bring a little bit of water, some food, and something to make you run for a longer time. Now the other things you're going to need is probably wood frames, would make your life a lot easier, a way to dig around in the dirt, and just in case, something to dig around in the wasteland, as sometimes it will be in the destroyed stone as well. And last but not least, the most important thing, the map that you're going to be using. Now you don't need to bring it with you, however you will need to start it. So once you start your treasure map and you have all of your required items, next you need to go and find your treasure. So this one again is in the wasteland, and the reason I say you want something to run for a long time is usually it can be up to 1 kilometer and more to get to there. So I'll see you there. Okay, so it looks like I'm getting close to the treasure. So that's where it started blinking for me. Now the first thing that I suggest doing is trying to find the center. This is where the wood frames come in handy. So it looks like the center is about here. Now if it's in a hillside, usually it's going to be a little bit easier to find the treasure than most times. So what I would start out with doing, if it's a flat area, is finding your center point and putting down a wood frame. Then just go along each point, or every 4 sides of it, until it stops blinking. And there it started blinking again. So this is the range where the chest could be. Another thing is sometimes it may spawn in the air, although it is kind of rare. And I've only had it once within 20, so I don't know how often that would happen. So there it stopped blinking again. So it looks like this is the range right here. No, it's not. This is the range. So we'll go back up to our center point. This is the range right here. No, not. It's about here is the range. A little more difficult on a hill, but the same principle still applies. So that's the range that the chest might spawn in. Now it looks like they've actually started using plane geometry math with this, so I tested it out, and it's a circle. It does look kind of like a circle when figuring out the range. So how I like to start out is, if it's in the wasteland or if there's buildings nearby, you're going to want to check around in those buildings, as sometimes it may spawn upwards. Most of the time though, it does spawn in the ground. So with treasure chests, it will never spawn more than 3 or 4 blocks below the surface, as far as I could tell anyways. And it always has a pocket of air above the treasure chest. So you will be able to see it by digging 1 to 2 blocks. Of course, the targeting is not very good these days. So I usually just dig about 2 blocks down from the surface of wherever you're digging. Most likely the chest will not be at the maximum, but you never know. So I usually start by digging 1 line 2 blocks down from right beside the center point. So the chest wasn't in this area. So now the next thing you could do is dig another line 2 blocks away from your center line. And that's because you've already seen what's on this side, so you no longer need to uncover that. However, you don't know if it's underneath here. So we'll just do the same thing. And it looks like destroyed stone is able to hold itself nowadays. I still have to look into that, but it will allow a chest to spawn underneath with a pocket of air. Looks like I went way past my marker. That was an accident. So it wasn't on this side either. So now once again, I'll just put 2 wood frames down and dig 2 blocks down. And I keep going past my marker. So it doesn't look like it was in this area either. Now sometimes you could get lucky and find it right away. Most of the time though, you probably will not be so lucky. So it wasn't in this area either, and I'm pretty close to the end, so I'm guessing it's going to be on this side. And if I would have went this way to start with, I would have found it right away. So you can see that going 2 blocks between each one will effectively allow you to search more area than just mining the whole thing. And this is called strip mining for obvious reasons. So, wow, it's got quite a bit on this one. It looks like you can find the herbal antibiotics recipe in most of them, and the McDiver's book as well. I haven't found any other schematics yet. So I can do one more just to show you the concept. Alright, so I'm getting pretty close to the treasure chest. Let's hope this one doesn't spawn in the air. So the first thing I'll do is I'll look up in the air, see if there's any buildings around, and it looks like it's pretty clear both. So the first thing I'm going to do is look for the center. Looks like the center is right about here. And then go out one way. Wait for the blinking to stop. And that's right here. Do that on the other side. Oops. Looks like the range is about there. And now we can get to work. So the first thing I'll do is I'll start strip mining. So I usually go right beside the center point. Now if it's on a flat area like this one is, you can start off by going one block deep. Most of the time though, it will be 2 blocks deep. However, you could get lucky. But I'm gonna do 2 blocks deep, as you never know. Okay, so it doesn't look like it was on this side. And it doesn't look like it was on this side of this mine either. So since I've already seen that, I'm going to dig 2 blocks over. Or sorry, 3 blocks over. And if you find yourself running out of stamina, this is where beer or grain alcohol or coffee would come in handy. So it doesn't look like it was in either of these lines here, so I'm going to try the other side. And it doesn't look like it was in this one either, so basically we just pick away and keep going. Now this still takes quite a bit of time sometimes, however it's going to be faster than digging out the entire area. And if you're gonna be in the burnt out forest, it looks like you're gonna need a way to stay cool too, just in case. And there we go. I finally found it. So my center point was right there. So like I said, it could be anywhere within a circle radius of the starting point. And you can also get the challenges or the mini quests. So hopefully that helps you find your treasure better and faster. And as you can see, it was only 2 blocks deep. Some of them could be only 1 block deep. But that's the overall strategy that I use now. And I think it's probably one of the most effective ways, as you can cover a lot more area in a lot faster time. Alright, so my newest testing world generated with a huge bunch of lakes all around it. So I wanted to test out the treasure maps in the lakes as well. Somebody said there was a bug, or possibly a bug, where the treasure chest would spawn underneath water, so this was a good place to test that out. And it looks like it did. However, it did not spawn below the surface. It just simply spawned at the bottom of the ocean. So now, unfortunately, what that would do is turn this lake into a not infinite source of water. This lake will eventually drain now. So that would be an issue. However, just try not to do treasure maps next to a giant lake and you should be fine. Although this lake is probably going to take quite some time to drain, eventually it still will. So I hope that helped you find treasure faster, and if you liked the video, press that like button and subscribe for more awesome tutorials daily. Bye bye.